2019, beckoning at our door. Nearly Christmas Eve, Derek Diablo, IMF, into Miami Firm, Miami Casuals, Red Army, South Florida, Manchester United supporters, football supporters, real football, international football. The game which is played with a ball using the foot. Not that NFL stuff. American football. I already made one video about it. You know, now, is MLS going to move forward with the lawsuit against NFL? Or is anybody? Which is to say that two products can't be called football. I'm promoting football nights around my territory, and people are getting confused. That's their problem. You come to Monday Night Football, I expect to see what other people call a soccer game. So how can two products have the same thing? The reason is because NFL would lose the right. It's just that Major the MLS is not, NFL will lose the right to use the name football for sure. There was product confusion, and two people can't have the same name of the product. We are football, not NFL. So with that being said, I see in the news like today, yesterday and stuff, there's the people in their own words. I can't speak for all that stuff. I'm not into all that. I think it's negative. But I see that LeBron James, he's saying the same thing that everybody says, that I already know, that everybody says, which is that it's racist and that they run it like it's a bunch of white owners with like a slave plantation, which makes sense. It's coming from America, a racist country that had slavery, African slavery. So it's just a byproduct of that and a symbol of that, apparently. And then you got Al Sharpton chiming in. I see today, and what he was, I don't know who the guy is. I don't listen to these new rappers. I don't call it hip hop. To me, it's pop music. But anyway, this fella, some black rapper, he's performing with some rock and roll group. I don't know, Maroon something, and he's getting some kind of flack. And I don't know why he bothers these pop artists. He's not a political rapper, is he? These guys are not political artists. Why would you care their politics? Al Sharpton, that jabroni, that snitch. FBI snitch and setting his own people up and everything like that. Why anybody would let him be involved with anything that they were involved in is beyond me, but I guess you take it for granted that he's supposed to be some black leader or whatever like that. Anyway, I don't take him that way. So then you got Al Sharpton coming in talking about that this dude is a hypocrite, basically calling him an Uncle Tom is the way I read it. Because you're saying that, he says you can't be fighting Jim Crow and then go sit in the back of the bus. Oh, really? If that's the case, you're going to entertain these people. It was something like that Al Sharpton said. And I guess he speaks for a lot of the black community. If that's the case, what about the players themselves? You're not really working. You don't need to be out there playing football. You're entertaining people. And if it's a slave plantation mentality and all the black leaders are saying that this is racist and that people shouldn't be performing there, then why should the athletes perform? And it's stupid, that sport. It's unnecessarily dangerous. You're putting all these helmets on and stuff. Rugby's safer, and it's more violent because you're not wearing all the safety equipment, but that gives you an unnecessary, unrealistic sense of protection. Everybody's messing, and everybody got concussions. Dude, Aaron Hernandez or whatever going around and killing people and stuff like that, and they attributed to this called concussions from football. These dudes beating their wives and everything like that. You got to take steroids to play football in middle school, from what I know, what I see. Everybody in high school is on steroids to begin with. And now I see it in South Florida at least, and elsewhere, it's down to the middle school level. You have 13, 14-year-old kids taking steroids so they can be big enough to play football. You have to. You can't play college football without taking steroids. So already that, man, if you want to take steroids, that's your business. But that's something that should be done by people over 30 years old or something like that. I can't imagine kids having to play steroids to play a sport. Take steroids to play a sport. So anyway, that's unhealthy. The concussions is unhealthy. Somebody's like trying to catch a ball, you can smash them in the back and everything like that. It's a way unnecessarily stupid, violent sport. You're safer just fighting, and that's really more violent. So anyway, I could go on and on about reasons I think that it's dangerous. If you want to go jump off a bridge and you want to go skydive, I'm into violent stuff, and I'm doing it voluntarily. But as far as putting kids into it and wanting your kid breaks his neck, it's your fault. You take your kid to NFL, you take your kid to that sport and sign up, and he gets paralyzed for the rest of his life. Hope you're happy. You put him in it. Now, fighting martial arts is different. You need to know how to fight. You need to know how to defend yourself, and it's good for you. You don't need that NFL stuff. Football, the real football, what Americans call soccer, is a healthy sport. You see those guys' bodies? Women love those guys' bodies. And those guys, they're running constantly. They're in great shape. You see a lot of these NFL guys, They only have to do something for like 20, 30 seconds, so they're not really that athletic. A lot of them are way overweight and stuff like that. So everybody can like whatever you want. I like pro wrestling, and people think that's stupid. That's fine. So I like pro wrestling, and you like football. Both are dangerous. NFL football. Both are dangerous. Both are stupid. Let's say, and you have to take steroids to do both of them most of the time. But the difference is, they don't have pro wrestling in high schools and in middle schools and everything. And the taxpayers are not paying for it. And NFL doesn't pay taxes. They act like they're like a PAO or like a local not-for-profit group or something like that. Yeah, NFL don't pay taxes. How about they start paying taxes? They can pay for a healthcare system just off NFL taxes. Why don't they pay taxes like everybody else? So everything that I'm hearing, besides my own personal opinions, and then I'm hearing now that there's going to be a boycott. They're talking about a straight boycott of NFL in 2019. So I say to America, support it. Let's just end this NFL thing and be done with it. And all those players, if you're a good enough athlete, go to the real football. Go and compete for World Cup. Why would you want to play this stupid sport that's only in America when America is zero in real football? We didn't qualify for the World Cup. Trinidad beat us. And you out there think, oh, we're the best athletes in the world. Yeah, in a sport nobody plays. American football is not real football. Play real football. That's what we have to invest in. That's the future. It's only going to get bigger. It's healthy for you. It makes your body look good. You don't have to take steroids. It's more athletic. You're running the whole time. It's safer. The culture of it is better. Those guys, all those NFL people, jocks, those are always like the dicks in every school. Those people are a bunch of assholes. They ruin every school. And the teachers then support them. And the little cheerleaders cheer for them. It's like a whole negative culture that's been created, and it's part of the excesses of America, and it's part of the worst things of America. So let's do away with all that. Support the 2019 NFL boycott. Also, when the lawsuit comes, I suppose it'll come sooner or later. Now would be the time for MLS to attack. Now when there's a boycott of NFL, now when NFL ratings are down, Donald Trump tells his people not to watch it anymore. I want all you guys to come to MLS. I want all you guys to come to FIFA. I want all you guys to come to real football, where it's not racist, where it's multicultural, where it's healthy, where it's a positive environment. So when you hear, make sure you follow, because it's time for us to make a difference. Stand against racism, stand against children being forced to take steroids, and stand against unnecessary injuries created by an unnecessarily violent sport that's only played in America. And it's symbolic of all the worst elements that this country has been accused of. Goodbye.